And I also have a company called Micro Business Solution. Kindly just also follow us on that. And today I want to also really focus attention on some things that are there in existence for a very long time. First of all, as a child, when I was still a child, we still had some people still in the political realm or in public sector. They have served in public sector for I don't know how long. So we've grown being nurtured, and then there's this old, old, old cliche that we are leaders of tomorrow. But now it's a bit shocking to still have the same people, older generation, in the same positions. Things have changed. The world have revolutionized. Things are different. The way things were done those days are not the same way things are done today. Youths are really going through a lot. They are faced with a lot. We have people even who are taking their own lives. Things are not that rosy or comfortable as it's pictured by our leaders. They have really focused on really eroding or taking away that was there, something that was there. Because I remember when our colonizers were going, they left this country very healthy in terms of industries, in terms of everything. And if at all I was to be given a position or a chance to be able to advise the president, maybe he could have focused more on reviving the industries. At least in that direction, they could have created more jobs. But the problem with the leaders, they're they're always on what? They give promises just to outsmart the predecessors. For instance, Uhuru wanted to leave behind a legacy better than Kibaki. They're really not focused on really handling issues based on what the Maslow hierarchy of needs. You have to take care of the basics, and then gradually you focus on things as you progress slowly. So growth is progressive in nature. But the problem with these people, they're really focused on the mega projects. They want to give promises, and to be able to achieve those promises, they have to squeeze us dry, expecting or anticipating that at some point, or expecting that or thinking that wherever that money is coming from will never dry. The sources are dry. Their analogies so poor that they believe that wherever they are getting that money will never ever dry. So they keep on squeezing. The more they squeeze, and we still have the same old fellas who refuse to retire, still applying the cliches, still applying their cliches, and think and expect that whatever ideas that are implementing today are going to be more competitive as compared to our competitors. No wonder our neighbors, in terms of competitive, in terms of growth, they're really growing as compared to Kenya, because we have what we call the status quo. The way things are done is still the old way. In fact, these people recycle the same older people to come and run and manage with the ideas that 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 are not in sync with the dynamics in the business environment. You can imagine. While we have better people languishing somewhere in poverty, their parents spend a lot on education, to see them through education to come out and be important, or try to help this country and push our country to the right direction. But now they cannot be given a listening ear because they're young. No one is willing to listen to them. The country is headed toward a bad direction. In fact, we are headed towards a ditch. Based on the current president, maybe he has vision, his own plans and visions. And to be able to achieve all that, he needs money. And that's what he's trying to squeeze out of us, forgetting that While he's doing that, first of all, he's destroying jobs because of what the tax, the inflation rate, the tax is so high. So that only means is pushing away most of the investors, thereby reducing the demand, the capable demand. So that means in terms of even productivity and supply, they also have to reduce on the other end. As a country, are headed to destruction. Companies are closing down, people are losing jobs, and our president that is going to be able to deliver. I don't know. I don't know which miracle is going to apply to be able to achieve that. But from our point, promises. So unless our president comes down from his own high horse and let's meet somewhere, unless he comes listen to the people, that's the only way he can be able to deliver. But where we are headed, the trajectory we are headed, we are headed we are headed in a wrong direction, and that is going to increase even the insecurity cases. People love to do all sorts of things to be able to survive, and that will also imperil the peace we have as a country. Without the input of these young ones, you might be on companies, but you need the input of these young ones, because skills they have, that's the ticket, that's the only thing that can enable you to survive in this era. You might be having good ideas. Maybe you created a company. Yes, a company is one thing, but running a company in different generations should be run differently. You have to stay abreast with technology, and the technology only lives in the young generations. So the young ones should also be welcomed in the public sector to be able to come up with new ideas that are going to be more useful in terms of creating jobs, in terms of growing our economy. We have, in fact, we so disappointed with this government. We have many youths languishing in poverty, people who have education that when tapped can be useful to this country, but we still encourage still encourage and recycle the same older people who have experienced in corruption to be able to manage, to be able to run, and that's why most of the companies are being run down. So unless we change our mindset, unless we, and I foresee a future where people are going to just to come out of their comfort zone and are going to be able to fight to protect the interests of this country. They are going, and I foresee it sooner than later. Things are becoming bad are becoming bad every other day. But now the government has turned a deaf ear. The corruption, the rampant corruption that's going on, it's just so glaring. People are fully aware, people are cognizant of the same, and that is making them more mad. We can't run a country with a lot of impunity, trying to extort money from people, and that money is not going to be useful because we are losing 3B a day. During Uhuru's time, he said we were losing around 2B, but now we are losing 3B. 3B, when you do a math, in a month, that's around 90B. In 10 months, that's around 900. We have, this country is totally failed. The leadership of this country totally failed people. People who are given an opportunity to be able to serve are driven by their greed. That whatever wealth they're trying to amass to themselves, when you revalue the assets as compared to the other countries whose economy is really doing well, you'll find that you might be having a lot of assets, but in terms of valuation, in terms of value, as compared to the other one, you'll find out that their net net worth is higher than yours, because you've destroyed your own economy, you've destroyed your own country. So I'm here really wondering, people, young children are in school, our young brothers and sisters are in school, and then I try to look into the future. I don't see a future. I don't see a future where all that, whatever they are gaining in terms of education, is going to be disposed. I don't see all that, because we have very selfish, egocentric leaders. And the worst thing is that sometimes we support opposition. Maybe the government, we have those who are supporting the government because of the benefits they are deriving from the government. And we have those also, when people in opposition are always criticizing and against the government policies. But the moment now they join the government, they're going to support everything, including or anything that you think is bad being imposed on the people. You're going to accept it because of what you're getting as an individual. It's no longer about us. It's no longer is all about your personal interests. We are destroying a country. We are destroying a nation. And whatever demonstration that happened not long ago, youths, youths coming out to be able to fight, that spirit is still there. People are still bitter. People are still hungry. Unless the government changes the way it does things, unless the government uh, listens to the people, I see a revolution recurring. I see a revolution where people are going to fight relentlessly without stop, and they are going to make sure that all this all this evil government crumbles down to their feet. They are going to not stop. They are going to fight, because you rather die for a cause than die for nothing. We have to save the posterity. We have to fight for the posterity, and that fight starts today. And that a fight we have to keep on fighting. We don't you we don't have to die like cowards. We have to wake up for this country. We have to defend our country. We have to protect the posterity. We have to perpetuate a good government to the next generation. We have to hand over a good government to the next generations. We have to make an environment conducive for business to thrive. We're not asking for help from the government. We're not asking for anything from the government. We ask for a better and a conducive environment for us to do business, for investors to come and invest in the country and create more jobs. We don't need all those hands-on jobs. We don't need all those shenanigans. Most of us youths are educated, so they have any tool. They have whatever tools it's needed to be able to steer ahead this country towards the right directions. Consult the right people, and make sure that everyone is on board. And let's at least one stand for this country, not for personal interest, not for party interest. Let's champion and steer ahead this country towards the right direction. As I conclude, kindly just remember, I have a company called Unique Business Solutions. I urge you guys to subscribe, follow our social media platform, and if at all you're looking for either property, a house to stay, Kilimani, Kitusuru, Karen, Runda, all those areas, give us a call. And if at all you also want to purchase a property, give us a call. This Unique Business Solutions, all across all the platforms. Let's keep working with us as we share and digest.